Invictus, my kings, and welcome to Top 5 New Player-Friendly Total War Factions, and today we'll go over some of the factions that you might want to check out if you're new to Total War or new to a specific Total War game. Factions that allow you to really sink your teeth into what the game is about, while not providing an immense amount of challenge, but also showcasing what the game generally has to offer. Number 5 on our list is Atsuma from Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, hailing from the island of Kyushu. Now, this unique position of being sort of alone on an island without many challengers around, or without any challengers that are really stronger than you, because you start off with 2 regions, meaning you have double the economic potential compared to other clans in the early game, double the recruitment, double the economic potential, double everything really. And so the early game is a little bit more of a breeze compared to someone like Saga. Because you're on the island of Kyushu, you can easily dominate all of the shogunate factions and build up your base really high, build wide and then build tall, as they say, and really focus on building up your small island empire before continuing on onto the mainland of Japan, and onto the island of Honshu, that is. And really it really allows you to understand what the game is about, and before you really plunge deep into even Shogun 2 Total War base game, you might want to check out Fall of the Samurai and check out this faction first. Number 4 on our list are the Franks from Total War Attila, and these guys, even though the supposed initial challenge is hard, I really have a hard time really fitting that into the square that is the game, because they start off with a trade agreement with a bunch of factions. They start off with non-aggression pacts with a bunch of factions. They have an easy time betraying the Romans and conquering both Gaul and Britannia. They're essentially the closest from the mainland to Britannia. They have a very easy time conquering all these regions. The main opposition you're going to face is rebelling factions that rebel from the Western Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire is so overstretched they cannot really spare the forces to come fight against you. So you can just build an empire out of nowhere, sort of reform the old Gallic Empire, conquering Britannia, conquering Gaul, even going as far as Spain. Really, the world is your oyster. Just a little bit of a stag here and there of Germanic spearmen, and you can conquer anything and learn really what the game is about. Number 3 on our list is Spain from Medieval 2 Total War, and the main reason is because you really don't have to fight any Christians in the early game. All you have to worry about is capturing the entirety of Iberia, that is the rebel settlements, the rebel faction, and then go up against the Moors, meaning you won't get actually excommunicated by the Pope, which is one of the big things when fighting in Europe. Now, to your north, France, the French AI is very famously sort of very passive. It doesn't really do anything. To your south, you have a non-Christian, non-Catholic faction, so you won't get excommunicated. And by the time that you're ready to take on Portugal or to take on any sort of other Christian European power, you should be strong enough by capturing the various African and Iberian holdings of the Moors that it doesn't really matter that you get excommunicated. You should be rich enough to just pay off the Pope or to just ignore any sort of excommunication. It doesn't really matter at that point. And so really for the new player, the fact that you don't really have to bother about the whole excommunication thing or deal with the whole papal diplomacy, anything like that, really allows you to understand what the game is about. And it allows you to understand how you should conquer, how you should go about forging an empire before you have to worry about really excommunication or those type of mechanics at all. Number 2 on our list is the United Kingdom from Napoleon Total War, and mostly because they're in an island, the French are not gonna invade you. You can instead invade them at your own leisure. You can do whatever you want. You can focus on building up your empire tall. You can focus on just annoying the French by raiding them. You can invade anywhere you want. You can first focus on Spain if you want. You can focus on the Scandinavians if you want. You can really do whatever the hell you want as a United Kingdom. you can even do nothing and just allow the rest of the coalition to take on Napoleon. Most likely you're gonna have to step in at some point if you really want to actually deal a blow to the French, but because you're in an island, you have such a strong navy, you can really even build up your navy sky high if you want to. Nobody's gonna attack you, nobody's gonna assail you. Even if the French try an invasion, you can just sink their ships. It's really the easiest campaign in Napoleon Total War, and it's the one that any new player coming to Napoleon Total War should try out, because you have safe military and industrial base and nobody's gonna take that away from you. And finally, number 1 on our list is the Giuli faction from Rome Total War base game. Now, obviously, this has to be number 1. Who doesn't remember taking Segesta as their first settlement ever in a Total War game? Who doesn't remember picking the Red Romans as their first ever go-through of the Imperial campaign of Rome Total War way back in the day? And even today, they are one of the best factions to really get to grips with what Rome Total War and Total War is about in general, because your foes are various barbarians. The rebels are barbarians, the Gauls are barbarians, the Germans are barbarians. They really do not stand a chance against you and your legions. Even pre-Marian Reform Roman legions wipe the floor with anything the Gauls have to offer up to the mid-game or even the late game. You have free reign to learn what the game is about, how you play the game, how you play battles, how you play the campaign, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, as opposed to the Brutii who have to go up against the phalanxes, or the Scipii who have to go up against war elephants. You can just chill out, learn the game, learn what you're doing by fighting barbarians, mostly infantry, mostly light and heavy infantry on your side, light and heavy infantry on the opposing side, some cavalry, but not too much. You can really learn the game, learn about hammer and anvil strikes, learn about building up your settlements, learn the game, learn Total War. And that is why the Giuli faction from Rome Total War is my number 1 pick for new player-friendly factions in Total War in general. I thank you, Kings, for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.